So you may be asking, Isabella, why are you in a tent? And I don't have an answer for you. So welcome to my tent. It's a gays only event, and straight people can go home. So I'm here having a mental breakdown in my tent. Don't ask me where I got my tent, and I thought I'd tell you a story because that's obviously what I'm gonna do today. You might be asking, Isabella, why are you having a mental breakdown? My only answer for you is my personality. Also, the only thing that's actually going through my head right now is that one Christmas song that's like Melekaliki Maka is a thing. You know that one, the bop. That's all that's playing in my head right now, and I just feel like that's a really big mood. Hello, yes, I'm Isabella, your freestyle dance teacher. Anyway, so the Midwest. You know how she's like, very crazy when it comes to weather. I'm literally about to Naruto run into tornado force winds. Sometimes it just be like that. Mother Nature's just straight up having a fit, having a breakdown. We've been there, girl. It's okay. I'm just telling you this so you know that as a Midwesterner, I'm used to strange, crazy-ish, batshit weather, okay? Like, I've been here. I've been living in Missouri. I know what it's like. So, yeah, I'm just telling you this so you know. So you have a backstory that I'm not easily frightened by weather, but this is one of the, genuinely most scary things that has ever happened to me. So you're just gonna have to buckle up and listen to it. Side note, I think it's halfly my fault because before this road trip, I was sitting there and I was sort of, I hate driving through the American Midwest because it's boring because there's only corn everywhere. I don't know why as a country we need this much corn, but it's everywhere, and I just feel like the United States is hiding something. If I open a corn husk, will Will Smith appear behind me and be like, stop, don't open that corn husk? And then I open it anyway and there's an alien hiding in it. What are you hiding, America? Explain. That's a side note. But basically, I was complaining that this would be a boring road trip. And so Mother Nature obviously was like, bet. So we're driving, and when we hit St. Louis, for about 3 hours we were fine on this road trip, and then we hit St. Louis, and all of a sudden our weather app started going off, and they were like, there is a storm that is going 70 miles per hour right behind you, and it has the capabilities of producing tornadoes and hail and stuff. And all of us in the car were like, yikes. So we start back on the road, and my mom's yelling at my dad to go, faster because he's going 70 miles per hour. And the speed limit was 60. And she was all like, you gotta go faster or else the storm's gonna catch up to us. And my dad was all like, but I'm going 70. And she's like, well, if you don't go 90, we're gonna die. Mind you, the only concern at this point was that the hail was gonna mess up our car. We weren't actually worried about the tornado aspect of it. Because again, we're Midwesterners. When the tornado sirens start going off, we don't go to our basement. We just go upstairs, pull out our lawn chairs, and look at the sky as the funnels forming above us, and we're like, oh, neat. So I'm basically saying we're stupid, but you knew that. So we're driving, and for a long time we were going 90 miles per hour, from St. Louis to Kentucky, and then when we hit Kentucky is when shit started to fall apart. Basically, we needed gas, so we pull over to this gas station, and at that point we had outrun it by 20 miles, but this was a very fast moving storm, so we had only stopped for 5 minutes. And as we're at that stop, me and my sister are out of the car, stretching as my dad fills up the car, and we're looking at the clouds, and you can see it coming towards us. A mother who's very angry at you, chasing you with your sandal. The storm was literally the embodiment of your mom coming for you after, you did something really bad. And she's all like, I'm going to fucking kill you. That's That's what the storm was like at that moment. Like you could see the clouds coming for us. And so we were like, ooh, yikes, TM. So we got back in the car and we're like going on the road. But at that point, when we're looking at the radar is telling us that the storm is basically on top of us. So the entire time, I'm the only one sitting in the back seat. My sister's in the middle, and my parents are in the front. And I was looking out the back, and I'm looking at these clouds that are right behind us, basically on top of us. And I'm like, hey, listen, I'm no meteorologist, but those look really bad. Like, basically, I can't even describe what these clouds looked like. They looked angry. But they were very dark. It was like 6 p.m. and the sky was literally pitch black. So there's that. The clouds basically were rotating, and it looked like a shelf, basically, like a literal like shelf. And I was looking at these clouds, and I was like, everyone, I think, I'm not sure. I think there's some rotation in those clouds, and that's not great. It's not great when you're in a car driving 90 miles per hour, with nowhere to go because we're in the middle of fucking nowhere in Paducah, Kentucky. So, what do? And my parents and everyone the entire time were like, Isabella, you're just being over dramatic. And I was all like, this is one of the only cases where I'm not being over dramatic, so please, would you take me seriously? I'm not being over dramatic. The clouds are fucking rotating. They're angry. They need a Snickers bar. So finally, I get taken seriously when we hit this bridge that's one lane, and there's a big semi truck in front of us, and the clouds above us are literally converging. They're merging together like this, okay? And basically, it started dropping down over us. And I was like yelling at this point, like, what the fuck, holy shit. And like, my parents were like, it's okay. And as they're saying, it's okay, I look at the car in front of us. The semi-truck is literally like this. Like, it's moving the semi-truck. And mind you, this bridge goes over a huge, like, river. So the entire time I was in the back seat, like, this storm is gonna blow, because our car was shaking. It was fishtailing, like, basically. And I was telling my dad, like, this is very wrong. This isn't right. We're gonna get blown over into, like, the river. And my dad's like, it's fine. And as he's saying it's fine, I'm like looking at him, and he's like holding the steering wheel, and the steering wheel is like, so I'm in the back seat, and all that's going through my mind is this. It's Christmas to you. So basically, the funnel literally descended over our car, but it was moving really fast, so it didn't drop down on us, thank God, but it did drop down in the water below us. So after we had gotten off the bridge, my dad literally like stomped on the gas, and we all like vroom, like we took off. Vroom vroom bitch, like Lightning McQueen. Bye. And so we stopped under this underpass, which I think you're not supposed to do, but like, fuck scientists. And yeah, we just stayed under there. A lot of people parked under there, and like they were in the middle of like the lanes of cars that were like driving, and like it was pouring so hard that like you couldn't see anything. So like if people were to drive underneath the underpass, they would hit those cars. But literally no one was driving at that point because it was raining so hard you couldn't see anything. So luckily for them, there was no cars on the road. But had there been cars on the road, we all would have been dead. I was in the back seat stress eating carrots. I don't remember much after that point. I blocked it all out. But yeah, that's one of the few times that I've like literally thought, I'm gonna die today. The only other time that I've thought like solidly like I'm gonna fucking die was this one time when I almost died in a kayak in Honduras. Like I almost drowned in it. But that's a whole other story. So yeah, subscribe, like. I almost died in a fucking tornado, so appreciate me, please.
Christmas will be green and bright, the sun to shine by day and all the stars at night.